coming in with this one right here. We didn't got our ads with the evening standard. And yeah, with the evening standard, and then everything else just with this one right here, and then mainly from his whole one right here, and he got the standards to the evening. He got them evening standards, like the evening standards, and then mainly from our ads and him having this whole one right here, like you got the main the the 90th evenings, like you got the 90th evenings and coming from the to the 90 standard. So but everything else and our ads is coming in with this one right here. We got something with the shifty nights.
On a standard evening, did the mad thing, made the evening standard. On the way up, I was feeling anchored, hustling and drug dealing back. On a standard evening, did the mad thing, made the evening standard. On the
Ooh, made the evening standard, did mad things, did mad things. Like you came from the mad things. You know, everything was off of a standard too. Like you coming from all type of different different things and different all different standards and all kinds of like multi different points. Like you add those points up and make it into like your own kind of standard to all type of stretch.
standard, on the way up, I was feeling anchored, hustling and drug dealing backwards. Had me feeling angered, 2 guns up when I'm leaving Lambeth. Might pull up at random, pull up on my own, I'll pull up with a mandem. On a standard evening, did the mad thing, made the evening standard. On the way up, I was feeling anchored, hustling and drug dealing backwards. Why the boy so random? Pull up on my own, I'll pull up with the mandem. Did it in the bricks and I did it in Brandon. Did it in West End, did it in Camden. The mandem, did it, pull up on my own and anchored, hustling and drug dealing backwards. Why the boy so random? Pull up on my own, I'll pull up with the mandem. Did it in the bricks and I
Ooh, why they so random? And then did it with the Brandon, did it with the like, and then you got all kinds of stuff going on too, like, and then especially coming from backwards too, like they say, like doing things backwards instead of going trying to go the next way it's supposed to go. Like you gotta just flip that and you doing everything in backwards and yo type of express like especially your type of express. I mean everybody has their own kind of express, so it's like you do it how you do it, like backwards. Coming from all type of different things. Like you got it in your ways, like coming from your ways to everything else, just multi and adding up to that. Like you got your different expressions.
did it in Brandon, did it in West End, did it in Camden. On a standard Sunday, did the mad thing, now I'm in a newspaper. Young and dumb and I couldn't move beta. Feds on my case and they want a new data. When you circle a block, it ain't done there, gotta come through later. Job ain't done till I see the blue tape up. Now I'm OT and I got a new neighbor. Man still live with it, bang with bro, or at least I'm driving him. Bro can't dead when I'm there, I die with him. Feds want me, but I'm ducking and diving him. On a standard evening, did the mad thing, made the evening standard. On the way up, I was feeling anchored, hustling and drug dealing backwards. Had me feeling angered, 2 guns up when I'm leaving Lambeth. Might pull up at random, pull up on my own, I'll pull up with a mandem. On a standard evening, did the mad thing, made the evening standard. On the way up, I was feeling anchored, hustling and drug dealing backwards. Why the boy so random? Pull up on my own, I'll pull up with the mandem. Did it in the bricks and I did it in Brandon. Did it in West End.
Ooh, did it in Brandon. I did it in a mixture. I did it in Brandon and
Then pull up on my own, I'll pull up with the mandem. Did it in the bricks and I did it in Brandon. Did it in West End.
oh, did it in Brixton. See, I heard that name a lot too. That Brixton word, like especially the Brixton, like the Brixton. I heard that's where everything was from too. Like where everything was, where he didn't came from, where he didn't did his whole he did his whole the lyrics and everything else, how he just really did his whole thing like Brixton, like come from that side and you coming from the Brandon, so how everything else is just is the lyrics is not a mystery.
My bro did the mad thing, you might just live and die on a landing. She wanna live and die with a bandit. Last time I banged this gun, never planned it. I was hustling backwards, bill it in the rows, I'll bill it in the backwards. Did it on my own and I did it in that hood. Did it in a car and I did it with the mat look. Still stay with the burner and all of my G's been blamed for murder. I was 14 and I came as a learner. Bro had a Mac, he was waving a burger. On a standard evening, did the mad thing, made the evening standard. On the way up, I was feeling anchored, hustling and drug dealing backwards. Had me feeling angered, 2 guns up when I'm leaving Lambeth. Might pull up at random, pull up on my own, I'll pull up with a mandem.
Coming from this one right here, though, coming from the Mandem, coming from the evenings to standards to coming from the Mandems, especially with our ads, like he does not miss. Like he always has it. He always has it. Like he got that standard. Like he said, he on a standard point too. And then he just dropped his latest one too. The House of Pain. So he really just coming from a Despicably Me. Like he's coming from all type of stuff. And his music, he really been on a non-mystery stuff. Like he really been doing the lyrics ones. Like his lyrics ones, he mainly been the main one to do it all. Like I've been seeing has a lot of his different the lyrics, and he's doing it wide different than most people could do it. Like different artists and stuff like that. So I'm seeing this and a surprise in him coming through these, especially with a lot of his music and his events. Like we having different events, like just coming in through music industry wise and everything else. Like he has a different dynamic, music when it just comes to the music and stuff like that. But especially with our ads and everything else taking place, make sure you guys definitely tune in with this one right here and everything else. Make sure you guys like, comment, and just from this